Rosbifs Rugby Top 14 team guide for Lyon. I have resisted wearing this rather fetching bucket hat, which I picked up at the Stade Gerland, alongside a Christmas beanie. I'm not wearing either of them. I was clearly quite drunk when I bought this because we'd been to we got done basically by a patron of one of a fantastic restaurant, Musette, in the Les Halles Paul Bocuse, which is a must go to if you are visiting Lyon on a Saturday. It's really busy, but be patient. If you find a spot, take it. One of the restaurants. It's a fantastic place for food, and Lyon generally is a fantastic place for food. A lot of what we do at Rosbifs Rugby, it's not just these team guides and giving information, it's about the trips. We love going to France, so if you've got any questions about where to go in France, get into our comments. But Lyon is definitely one that we would recommend as a place to go. French food, French wine. It's France's gastronomic capital, so the kind of home of French cuisine, really. There are some exceptional wine bars in there. I've put in there Vivant, so we've actually only been to one Lyon game at Stade Gerland, and it was my birthday and I got very, very drunk. It was blooming wild at the stadium. But we have passed through Lyon a few other times. Most recently, I actually went on a weekend break with my girlfriend and went to Bar Vivant, which had some brilliant craft beers. It had some amazing natural wine. It advertised the best saucisson you will ever taste, and I genuinely think it was the best saucisson I've ever tasted. It was a really cool bar. There's some brilliant other wine bars, so get in touch if you want to know more about Lyon. Subscribe, find us on Instagram, slide into our DMs, and we will get back to you with some great recommendations. Stade Gerland, as I mentioned, really cool stadium. It's another one that kind of feels quite Art Deco. It very rarely sells out. It's got a really big capacity. They quite often don't open up some of the top tiers. It is absolutely wild after the game. It's a proper après with full 2-hour DJ set in a big marquee. It's like a full-on club. It is wild. But Lyon, well, it'd be a really cool. It's a massive city in France, obviously. It'd be really cool to say that we love Lyon, but we often find ourselves quite disappointed by Lyon. I think they feel like a team that are consistently less than the sum of their parts, which I don't think they've perhaps quite got the star names that they have had in the past. They've often made some quite big money signings, so they have let go of David Niniashvili and Semi Randrandra, but they've made some really cool signings. But yeah, it's big men with big names, and just quite often just flat to deceive. Even though they've made the Champions Cup, sometimes they have made the barrage, but they should really be. They've got one of the bigger budgets. I think it's the second or third biggest budget in the top 14 operating budget, that is, this season, and they just don't match up to that quite often. They were in disarray at one point last season. They were a lot more organised when Karim Ghazal, former Stade Francais coach when Stade Francais were good a couple of seasons ago, former France forwards and skills coach in the build-up to the 2023 World Cup. So a really good coach. He came in at the helm. They became a lot more organised, suddenly became one of the better sides in the top 14, and then fell away again. They got to semi-finals. Sorry, they got to the final of the Challenge Cup and kind of that pretty insipid performance in the end. And that kind of summed them up. I know Bath were really, really strong, but they were just so insipid at times. But they were capable of beating the big boys. I think they drew with Toulouse at home. They beat Bordeaux away. They beat Bordeaux at home. Yeah, they were capable of some big scalps at times. Why was that? Well, Baptiste Couilloux, I think, had an operation at the back end of last season. He missed the last few games. He is their key man. He scores so many tries for a scrum half, generally. He was top try scorer a couple of seasons ago in the whole league. But just such a brilliant attacking player, runs really good trail lines. He is the key heartbeat. He's kind of irreplaceable for them. Leo Bordeaux seems to have made the 10 jersey his own. He's kind of embodies Lyon in that on his day looks classy, assured, really good kicking game, nails his conversions, and then at times can just look terrible, can't hit a conversion, can kick it out on the full, can look quite stodgy, can play some brilliant attacking rugby. One of the key players we've got down there that we absolutely love and have been big fans of for a while, and now all the people are jumping on the bandwagon because he was fantastic for France over the summer in New Zealand and in the back end of Six Nations. Mikael Guillard, what a player he is. Just so dynamic. The fact that he moved back to playing at 8, he started at 8, moved into the second row, played a lot at 8 for France in the summer tour. Just what a player. Dynamic ball carrier, hits hard, great work rate, good offloading game, good at line-out athlete, looks amazing off the field, and wears like long camel coat and wire rim specs. Good looking man. A lot to love about Mikael Guillard. But Lyon they can play some thrilling attacking rugby. They've got, even though they've lost Niniashvili, they've still got Monty Ioane, Kuyu himself. They've signed Jutawai Nicolo, a thrilling attacking player who can score from anywhere. He'll bring that X factor. But it's more, we'll get onto the signings in a bit, but it's all about their kind of grunt in their forward pack. Jerome Ray, fantastic scrummager, really good prop in the nuts and bolts. Theo William, who's kind of quite similar player to Mikael Guillard, a little bit lighter weight. I think they're about the same age, a little bit younger perhaps, but all action kind of back row, second row type player, really aggressive. Dylan Cretan, who had some horrible injuries but played for France kind of 2-3 years ago. When he's fit, which hopefully he is now, he had a good run last season. Brilliant line-out athlete, great work rate around the park. And Theo Millet, a guy who travelled to New Zealand with France over the summer, and one of the few players that didn't get any game time, but plays 12, just a nuts and bolts player, glues it all together, quite like a proper unsung hero in that back line. But the signings are what is cool. So they have lost David Niniashvili, who is would have been wanted by pretty much anyone. Randrandra didn't play that much. He wasn't actually that great at Lyon. Taufa Fanua, they've lost a good prop there. And Sam Matavesi, a talented hooker. Saints fans will know all about him. But they have signed really, really well, we think. Thomas Makuro is a loosehead, so he'll come in to replace Sebastian Taufa Fanua. Scored something like 7 tries in like 17 appearances or something. For a loosehead, that's unreal. And actually made the top 14 like official shortlist ahead of his teammate Mako Vunipola, even though Mako was comfortably the first choice loosehead. But talented youngster, we thought he might tour with France over the summer. Good loosehead prop, good around the park, knows his way over the line, good signing. Sam Simmons, we love Sam Simmons. We were at Exeter, Rich is an Exeter fan. We love watching him play. We know all about him. Hopefully he'll get a bit more game time. He kind of got overtaken by Billy Vunipola at Montpellier a little bit. Hopefully loads of game time for Sam because he's still a devastating player. Yosefa Massi comes with a strong reputation from, I think, Fijian Drua, like big physical centre. Looking forward to seeing him. I don't know much about him, but he comes with a real big reputation. I think guys that have seen him play are really excited about him. And Gabin Law is one of our favourite players, a guy that we've put on our players to watch list. Supremely talented young fullback from Béziers, been one of the best players in Pro D2 for the last couple of seasons, scores a load of tries, whether it's kind of getting on the end of brilliant moves or just creating them for himself from absolutely nowhere. Has a massive boot, can slot long-range penalties, can slot long-range drop goals. He is one to watch. Gabin Law, you heard it here first. We've been banging on that drum for a while. And another guy coming from Pro D2 who's been really impressive is Artur Maturon. I hadn't actually realised he was on loan at Nevers from Lyon. He's had a couple of really good seasons at Nevers. Powerful winger, quick. He kind of ran in some wonder tries of his own in Pro D2 for Nevers. Arikli Aptisawari, 22-year-old, starting tight head quite often for Georgia. Tells you all you need to know. 22-year-old Georgian prop. Go figure. Antoine Deliance is a guy that I really like. I think he captained France under 20s quite a bit this year. Good around the park. Good work rate. Seems like a good leader. Lyon do bring some good players through, whether they pinch them from Grenoble and the kind of other Bourgoin and the other clubs in the local area, I don't know, but they do bring some good young players through. It'll be interesting to see what style of play they have. They do have some really cool attacking talent. Will it be the Karim Ghazal forwards-based play that they've played a lot of recently? What do you think? How do you see Lyon? Like, do seem to be less than some of their parts. Capable of turning over the big boys. We think it's going to be another underwhelming season like that. We do think that despite the fact they've signed well, we do think just other teams have got a bit more about them, a bit more coherence and game plan. Do you think we're being harsh? We perhaps are. If they finish 6th, we wouldn't be surprised. But Where do you think they're going to finish? Let us know in the comments. And while you're at it, make sure you like and subscribe and tell your mates, because we want to bring French rugby content in the English language to as many people as possible. But thank you for watching this, and look out for the other top 14 team guides. Cheers.